Hello there folks, today we're gonna take a look at my collection. I've done these videos before, but there are some changes all the time in my collection. There's a lot of that rotation of games, especially during summer. And so it might be cool for you to see what has changed if you have seen previous videos, or what collection do I have, because I have quite a few new games out there. Also, I have a policy that I want to keep only 50 games in my collection. These are not my 50, this is not like my ultimate top 50 games, but these are the 50 games I need, or let's say for different folks, for different crowd, for different groups that I'm playing with, for different people that I'm playing with. So some games might not be as high in my kind of personal top 50, but yeah, I need to keep them, or I want to keep them, because I can play them with certain people, or they are with certain player scale, and so on. Right now, my collection is bigger than 50 games. It's because I have some review copies, and I have unplayed games, and some Kickstarters came in, and more Kickstarters will come in as well. And as I'm playing those games and reviewing them, or just playing those games, I eventually evaluate them, and then I see if they fit into my collection, or I will sell them, or give them away, or whatever. So that's that. So let's get to this shelf behind me. Yeah. So here we go. There's no me, because I'll be in front of that shelf. I'll rather be behind the camera, behind that shelf, and show you what we have here. So this is the whole shelf over here. So let's go to the top over here. So first of all, we have Dice Stars, which was featured in my top 10 Bruno Catala games. It's a really cool roll and write game with Yahtzee mechanic. The roll and writes are with Yahtzee mechanic, but it has a nice twist of those colors, symbols, and so on. Colors and numbers. And I really like this one. So this is the Mask of Moai. That is, let me just grab it somehow. So this uses the VR, and it's the Mask of Anubis, or what was the game that featured the same thing? Like, you will see the part of the dungeon, the other player will see the part of the dungeon, like something like that, you see? So, you can also switch between the two scenes by jumping above or behind, underwater, and so on. So, and you will kind of build up this dungeon. We'll look at the temples and such. So yeah, I haven't played it yet. I just bought it because I don't know, I want to test it out. I want to see what's cool about having the VR in board games. Then Vault Wars, that's the bidding game. I really like Vault Wars. It's simple, yes, it has some flaws, but for me, it's a perfect match. I play it with my colleagues sometimes, so yes, I just like this wonderful bidding game, which reminds me of a series called Storage Wars. Then I have the Century Golem edition. You've seen it, you've seen Century Spice Roads. I wanted to get the Golem edition because I like the theme and the art more, though there's no theme in this game. I played it already, and yeah, it's very nice. I mean, it's fast, it's engageable, it's easy to learn and teach. I don't know if I will keep it in my collection, but yeah, a nice game. So here we have this wonderful, I don't know, from D&D basically, what you call him. So we have the Carson City, the big black box. I cannot lift it from here, it's just too heavy. So, and Carson City, maybe I can just show you. Ooh, Carson City. So I played the Carson City card game. We're going to talk about that in a moment. And so I wanted to have Carson City for a long time, but I don't know why I didn't buy it. It's the big box is expensive, and you couldn't get the usual one. I don't know. The big box looks much better. So anyway, Carson City big game. It has does it have the worker placement? Probably. I don't remember what the big box has. But you're building up your town, and really like the whole idea behind the Carson City. So I'm gonna play it eventually and see if it's a good game or I thought about it wrong. So the flow of history. I really like Flow of History. It's a card-based civilization game where you are bidding for the cards, and basically it's like a set collection, and you have different symbols. You can affect the other players, but mostly you are trying to maximize or it's all about the resource management. And this is the deluxe edition from Team G. Really cool. I really like Flow of History, and it's Jesse Lee. It's a nice designer who made Ponzi Scheme as well. Moai is game design, so whose games I usually like. So Flow of History, I really recommend this one if you are into faster card-based civilization games. Then I have the Red 7 in this box. Red 7, nice, easy, my go-to filler game. So played with my colleagues a lot. Inside are my go-to party game. It's extremely easy. You take it out, you start playing. So there are just few rules. Then Burgle Brothers, which is a cooperative game about a heist, and you are going through different floors, trying to crack the safes, and then eventually escape with the loot from the rooftop into a helicopter. Basically one of my favorite cooperative games. So Jungle Law that I played in Gen Con. This is a set collection game, and also the Yahtzee mechanic in it as well. And you're going through different cards, you're grabbing them, you're getting resources, you're paying for resources, you want to get the most points. Very simple. It's from Hisashi Hayashi, the one who made the Love Letter. So it's a review copy. I'm going to do a review of that one at some point. Behind this one is the Burning Rome, another review copy. It's a two-player game. I don't know much about this one, but it reminds me of like a Babel style game, like a two-player card board game kinda. So you are comparing numbers and you're trying to outsmart, and you're trying to win against your opponent. There are some scenarios and such, blah blah blah. Anyway, a two-player game, but plays with 4 as well. So let's go further. Then we have Off the Rails, which is a really nice game. I want to do a review of that game. I will do the review of that game. I really like Off the Rails. Spoiler for you. You are building those rails, and you have your cards, and then you have different speeds and so on. You're trying to grab the crystals before the cave collapses. It's very simple, but very engaging. How you collide with each other, how you mess up with each other, and so on. So a lot of fun. That's Off the Rails. Then we have, of course, we have Würfzilla. I call her Würfzilla. Then we have Chewbacca here. Ooh, yes. Then we have the Carson City, the card game. That's what I've played, and that's why I decided eventually, like, I need to get the Carson City big box. It's a tile laying game with those people's special powers, and it's all about scoring and maximizing your score. Reminded me a little bit of Honshu. It has this bidding mechanism of those different cards and so on, who goes first, second, and so on. So very nice, simple kind of card laying, tile laying game, Carson City. The Valley of the Kings, one of the best deck buildings, because it's also extremely simple. I really like the mechanic of getting cards from the pyramids, and also that cool abilities of entombing. So you're gonna win the game by entombing cards, and so basically collecting different cards from the same set and creating bigger sets, so you get more points. But if you will entomb them, then you cannot use them again, which means that you have really cool decision of entombing and rather scoring points at the end of the game, or using that card in your deck and when you should entomb it and so on. So then there's Root, the expansion. I'm going to talk about the Root. It's in another shell, on another box of shells. So here we have Darwining, which is a review copy. I don't know much about the game. I cannot really tell much about the game, but you can see it here. It looks doesn't look appealing, but when I open the box, it looks okay. It's fine. So we're gonna see how it plays. I haven't played it yet, sadly, just I don't have that much time. Then we have Kero, which is a 2-player game I got in Gen Con. A really cool push-your-luck set collection, kind of going for most points, post-apocalyptic theme. I really like the aspect of having your trucks being ascent timers, and when you do your dice rolling with Yahtzee mechanic, then you will flip the truck so the fuel will go, and then you have to replenish your fuel, otherwise you can lose your turn, and so on. So Kero, that push your luck in with that cool fuel mechanic. I really like this game. Macropolis, that I played recently. It's it's extremely light. It's for a few times. It's with my colleagues who are not into board gaming. It's a beautiful game from Bruno Catala. I liked it, but I don't know, I would rather even play maybe Century Golem Edition, something else. I would rather try to teach them something bigger. I don't know about this one, so I'm gonna decide on this later. So Cyclades, my top 1 game, where definitely so Greek islands, and so you are gathering your folks and monsters, trying to build the metropolises, and you're fighting each other in the archipelago. Extremely great game. Endeavor, this is the Commodore edition. So basically, this is the Kickstarter copy of Endeavor, and if I can show you, so they have those cool 3D markers. It's a resource management kind of civilization themed game, but I don't really remember this. When I backed the Kickstarter, I was really curious, but I don't remember how to play it. But I have high hopes for this game. I hope it's a great Euro game with that mid to heavyweight. Then we have some illustration books from this and so on. So the next one here is the Empire's Age of Discovery, Seventh Continent, the Green Forest. The Green Forest is a light, basically outsmarting, outguessing your opponents, and so you go to you choose the location you want to go to. If there are many people who are going there, you're going to divide the resources. If you're alone, you're going to take all the resources. The cool part about Green Forest is that it has those fable and like special cards, basically, that give you special abilities. And it looks amazing. You build those 3D houses as well, but those special abilities will give you a ton of fun and screwing over your opponents and kind of spicing up the game a lot. And extremely beautiful production. The Green Forest, one of the most beautiful games. Seventh Continent, that I haven't played yet, but I can show you the box. So basically, this is a choose your own adventure style game, where you go through the island gathering stuff and you're getting curses and so on. So it has quite a few rules. I'm gonna play it with my colleague, we're playing different story games with him, so he will be curious to try some content. Yes, I haven't tried it yet because I don't have much time and have many more games that I have time and have to review stuff as well. Sorry. Empire's Age of Discovery, I have the deluxe copy with everything in this box. I'm not gonna pull it out. This is a great worker placement, resource management, area control game. Amazing game. Take a look at this one. I'm not gonna talk about that much. It's an older game, but it's a great one. Then we have Near and Far. This is the shelf of Ryan Lockett, and I don't have many Ryan Lockett games. I've played quite a few and I sold quite a few because eventually some of his games are very similar and I just don't feel like owning all of them. I need to have the best of the best. So Near and Far, amazing story, resource management, and yeah, basically Euro game, midweight Euro game with cool aspects from his different games. Definitely recommend this one, definitely keeping in my collection. Empires of the Void, that I haven't tried it. I read the rulebook, I decided we're gonna play it and then we didn't play it. But it's a heavier game from him with this kind of a space theme, and it's not a Forex game, it's more like a Euro game as I understood from the rulebook as well, but it has a lot of that Forex feel, vibe to it, at least with a great production, by the way, and great art. At least that's what I felt when I read the rulebook. Escape Room, the game, I don't know, I'm waiting for the expansions for more than a year already, and they're not coming, and they're coming. Escape room, the game, amazing escape room experience with that decoder. Where's that decoder? This one. I really liked it. It's very thematic, it's really cool. The puzzles aren't as easy as you could think, but sadly, no more expansions. I played 6 scenarios that I got in English, but let's hope they will be eventually here. So what we have here? So here we have some of the Rising stuff things over here. So because I'm waiting for the insert for the Rising Sun, so I can then unpack. I haven't even punched anything in my Rising Sun because I'm waiting for, yes, I haven't played it. Yes, I know what you're thinking about now, but come on, I know, but I will play it eventually. I just don't have enough time. Oh, these are the escape room scenarios. Then I now have the Santo Domingo, the Pirates demo. So it's like a prequel, small prequel to the Coast of Brotherhood of the Coast scenario from Time Stories that's coming out or came out right now. Then we have the Amber Mines for Near and Far, Age of Thieves, which is not for me. I really like Age of Thieves. I don't have it anymore because I gave it away to my friends so they could play it, and I'm gonna give them the expansion as well that I have for a year already, but I don't know why I didn't give them this expansion. Unquiet Dead, it's from the Wildlands, and that's not out yet. It's gonna be out in Essen. I have the review copy. I'm gonna talk about that later when I do the review. Then Anachrony, amazing heavy Euro game. I have this deluxe version with the miniatures and such. I really like the resource management aspect. I really like a lot of things about this one. Very crunchy. It's something I'm gonna play extremely rarely, but when I play it, I'm gonna enjoy it a lot. I really recommend Mind Clash Games, does amazing games. Scythe, I have this, the collectors, whatever, the new box that they basically sold separately. So I have all the expansions in it. Though I don't know if this new, where do I have this new expansion? Don't remember. Oh yeah, it's separately. It's over there. This Rise of Fenris is a new expansion, but I have the other expansion. Basically, I have everything for Scythe except the realistic resources, but I have extra board to enlarge the board. So that's why I needed this big box to accommodate all the things in it. Amazing engine building game. There's no other game like that. Scythe is just amazing, great production, amazing art, and so on. Let's go to the next one. What we have here is Rise of Tribes, which I previewed when it was on Kickstarter. I got now the deluxe copy, thanks to Breaking Games. I really appreciate that. That was amazing. So they gave me this deluxe copy. I really like the game. It's a fast-paced civilization game. You're getting to 15 points, but it's extremely easy, but it has some variants and extra rules, and from the deluxe version and from the stretch goals and so on. So I would definitely break it out with my colleagues from work and try to teach them the basic one, and then maybe go further. Great production, great art. I really like how simplistic yet engaging this game is. Expand City review copy that I haven't played yet, but you're building your... I read the rules, but we didn't play them eventually. So you're building those 3D buildings over here and trying to get the most points. And this building is next to that building, you get those points or minus points and so on. So that management of building up. Then we have Santorini, an amazing two-player game. It's just one of the best, if not the best two-player game out there. I adore it, I love it. Each time I show it to someone, everyone loves it because it's extremely simple. And then we play with the gods, and then they're like, wow, and your god is overpowered, but then the other god is overpowered, everyone is overpowered. Extremely amazing 3D abstract game with cool special god powers. That's Santorini. Then we have Clank in space. I don't have the original Clank. I left it with whatever. But but I have Clank in space that I haven't played yet, and that's sad. But I'm gonna play it eventually. Yeah, everyone knows Clank. Then what we have here? So we have the Barony expansion and Barony. So this is more like a Madagot. Down there was some kind of a bigger games and some US companies. Here we have Madagot, shell basically, or shelves. or like French designers and so on. So it's kind of it's a French shell. There are some exceptions though. So here we have the Barony expansion. I need to review the Barony expansion. I couldn't get to it yet, but I'm gonna get to it eventually. I have the Barony. I did the Barony review though. It's a really cool area control abstract game. Extremely simple, extremely fast. Like it. Room 25. So Room 25 is a cooperative game with you can play with Trader. I have the escape room expansion in this game, in this box. I want to play it with my colleagues because they are invested, or they really like how the theme sounds. So I'm gonna play with my colleagues because they rather want to play cooperative games, quite a few of them. Mission Red Planet, one of the best outsmarting outguessing games with those rolls, and you play them down and so on. Area control, very good production. I love it. It's also simple. It plays with different amount of players, and yeah, just an amazing game. Mission Red Planet. Mysterium that I got back eventually because I played with my colleagues. I loaned it. I played with my colleagues and they really liked it, so I needed to get this one back because it's a great cooperative game. I still like it a lot. Mysterium, this is a great production as well, though I don't like these extra modules. For Mysterium, I would rather play the kind of the polished version or the simple version of Mysterium. Then we have Abyss over here, which is a set collection, one of the most beautiful games out there, and with lords and special powers and keys. I have the Leviathan and the Kraken expansions. Whoops. And one of my Paco games just went down, but let it be right now. I haven't played the Leviathan expansion, which adds the new monster track, but I'm really looking forward to that one. I have this sign from Bruno Catala, Essen 2014. It was a long time ago, 4 years ago. This game is 4 years old already. Then we have Yamatai, which I did a review of. This was a review copy from Days of Wonder. Big thanks to them. One of my most viewed videos out there. Very colorful game, amazing production. I really like the game. It's a great game. I'm in my top 10 was. Okay, I'm not going to spoil my top 10 of Burgle games. Anyway, let it be, but check out Yamatai. I have the review for that. It's a great game of kind of building up, trying to surround, it's not area control, but trying to surround islands with those ships, which are resources, so you can build there. And you're grabbing buildings. It's a great with 2 players because it has the variant of having 2 turns each in a round. So, and there are specialists which make you asymmetric in this game. Now, Imaginarium, another game where Bruno Catala was involved. This is also a review copy from Bombix that I like this game. Take a look at my review basically. This is a very nice resource management, tight resource management game. That's Imaginarium. US Telegraph. So I was looking at Attica at some point because I started liking the Hunting Look production. I mean the games that they give out and or they publish. So I was like, I wanna take a look at Attica. And then I realized that there is a new version, this is the reimplementation of Attica, US Telegraph. And I read the rules, I was ready to play it, but I didn't play it eventually, but I will play it. It looks nice, it looks very simple, and it's probably gonna fit my when I wanna play simpler games with people who are not into games that much, but I can teach them that, and I can have more fun as well because it's like a family friendly plus or something like that, So here we have Legacy of Dragonholt. Definitely gonna keep that in my collection because Legacy of Dragonholt is an amazing RPG experience where you have this map and things, and you get it's choose your own adventure game basically. It's like an RPG. You create a character and you go through the different stories. But it's totally RPG because you get to the village and then you can choose. I'm gonna go to the tavern, I'm gonna go to that shop, I'm gonna go to there, I'm gonna take this quest and go on a quest, and then I'm gonna take one of these books, whatever the quest I got, we're gonna take this book and then we're gonna go through this different session where we need to make decisions and so on. I played with my colleague who is into this game 100%. I'm probably not gonna get rid of this game anyway. Maybe I will give it away once I have played all these scenarios or like played through the whole Legacy of Dragonholt, but maybe they will come up with expansion so I can play it again, because this is an amazing RPG experience, because I haven't played RPGs at all. This is my very first kind of a RPG-like experience. I really like it. It's very different. It's definitely a unique game in my collection at least. Roots, this is a symmetric game, totally asymmetric game, and a lot of people like it, and I'm looking forward to this one, but it's a harsh game to teach, to learn, and so on. So eventually I'm gonna get to this one as well, and you already saw the expansion. Time Stories, amazing, amazing, amazing game. Whatever you say about the different modules and different expansions and different scenarios, that some are not as good and some are weaker than the first and the second scenario. Even the third one, it was great. I really like the Lumen Fide. I like the Estrella Drive. I like the Expedition Endurance. The only one that I didn't like that much, because my expectations were high, because I really like the Egypt theme, is the Under the Mask. I liked everything else, and I'm looking forward to Brotherhood of the Coast, because I love Time Stories. This is an experience. Whatever you say, the scenarios might not be as evocative and as strong as the first ones, but they are still extremely great. I still rated this game 10 out of 10, and I'm gladly gonna play any scenario that they're gonna put out, because each time, maybe just a right group I'm playing with. I'm playing this with the same person and a few other folks who I play the Legacy of Dragonholt with, and he's into this kind of story type games, and he's like, it's so much fun to play with that person. So I think it's about the group, but I really like this game a lot. Charterstone, that I haven't played yet because it's a campaign, and with my time, with my schedule, it's really hard to get this legacy game going, but we'll see. It's a legacy Euro game, building up and so on, blah blah blah. So let's go further. Then we have here Castles Macking Ludwig with the expansion. I haven't tried the expansion yet. I don't know. I haven't got to this game for a very, very long time, but I adore this game. Building up the castle is extremely great. A little bit of economy there with the bidding and such, so, and pricing the rooms. I need to get back to this game, and then first I want to introduce this game to my colleagues from work who are not into games, and then maybe introduce them the expansion. I'm gonna get back to this game. I still love this game, and I'm not gonna get rid of this game. I bought the Wildcatters. You have oil rigs and such. I'm into economy games recently, but kind of not the heavy economy games, but more like a Euro-y. This is on a heavier side, it seems so, but I'm looking at some themes. I need to have a good-looking game. This one is, I couldn't say it's good looking, but all these things, the wooden things, they look really, really nice. So I'm looking forward to playing Wildcatters as economic, and you can see there are some like Euro games and economic games and so on. Peak Oil, another economy game on a lighter side, it seems so. Haven't tried it yet, but I'm looking forward to trying this one. You're investing to future technologies and such. Peak Oil, nice. Then we have Brewcrafters, which I bought a long time ago. They said it's an Agricola, but it's all Agricola about the beer. I'm not into Agricola. Played Caverna. I didn't like Caverna that much. I could say that it was a really good game, but it wasn't for me. But I'm still looking forward, because of the theme, maybe something else. I'm looking forward to this kind of a resource management, a little bit of economy and so on. And it's beer, so it's a nice theme. I don't have any games with theme about making beer. Really cool. So I'm looking forward to trying this one. Cave In. This is a review copy. I haven't played it enough to do the review, but I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna review it before Essen. Cave In, a nice set collection, resource management as well, like a little bit deck building game. You're gonna see it in review. Stockpile, amazing stock market game. I adore it. It's in my top 10, ultimate top 10, and it's an economy game that when I looked at that first, I was like, no, I don't want to play it at all. It looks boring. And stock market, what? And when I played it, it clicked, and I played again and clicked more. It's an amazing game. I love this game a lot, and I showed it to my colleagues, and the first time they didn't get it really, because it's hard for them to get. It's more like a gamery stuff already, but they wanted to play second time in a row, because they're like, oh, it now clicked, you know, and then they scored and so on, and then one of them was like extremely into this game and so on. It was really fun to see that. So it seems that I'm gonna play this game with different folks out there more and more and more, because I love this game no matter how much. It's really cool to speculate on the market. So brass, I have the Birmingham version. I didn't take the other one because I'm not into Martin Wallace games that much. Oh, it's upside down. But anyway, brass is a tight resource management economy, heavier side game. I have this poker chip version as well, so I'm looking forward to brass. It looks amazing, the new version. I didn't really look at the old version because it looked ugly, but maybe it will click with me and I have a great fun with brass. Cosmogenesis, a very nice Euro game where you create planets and your planetary system. I really enjoyed this game. This is one of my discoveries of this year, though I got it in S in 2017, but yeah, I played it only this year and I really enjoy it. I want to play it more. I want to review this game. It's a really great experience. Like straightforward. It's on a lighter, it's a medium weight game, but it's not hard to understand, to learn and teach. But I really like the whole, like the theme makes it up for me. I know it's just an amazing theme. I really like that one. Everdell, collector's edition, the worker placement game with tableau building. I like tableau building. It's kind of building up your engine, which I adore in games. This giant tree is useless, but everything else, the production, everything, the game is nice. I want to play it more so I can judge it more. So I'm going to play it and then I'm going to judge it, because we played a few rules incorrectly. So I cannot really judge it right now, but I liked the overall experience. Then we have the Kings of Air and Steam, which is a pick up and delivery economy game from Team G. Sadly, the publisher doesn't support this game. They could have done the new edition with few slight changes, like corrections into the edition, into the game, with the new expansion, which was in Kickstarter but failed. It's sad because this game is amazing. I want someone to pick this game up and do this game finally, please. This is a really cool, great, with great production here and art as well, but it's a great Scott Alms game. Pick up and delivery, economy, management, programming. It's so amazing. It plays with different number of players. I love it. Please, somebody do this game again. Reprint it with the expansion, please. I beg you. So, Trade on the Tigris. I got this as a review copy. It's more like it's all about trading, like a little bit more chaotic trading and getting on those tracks and getting technologies. So they will give you kind of special abilities, kind of specializing in different things. You become better and better as the game goes on. You're trying to get to the most points, but yeah, I like my experience. I want to play it again. I need more players for that. So, but I really like my experience, so I'm gonna do a review of that. Coliseum, I got rid of the old copy at some point, different circumstances, but I got this game back and I got the deluxe version back with metal coins and so on, the new Team G version. I'm fine at how it looks very nice. And I enjoyed this game very much. You are building up your show and you're trying to get the higher and higher high score. So I like the whole theme, I like the looks, I like everything about Coliseum, great production as well. Chimera Station, this is another Team G game that I got from Kickstarter that I haven't tried yet, but you can customize your workers. It's a worker placement game, and I don't know what else you have in this game because I don't remember nothing about the game. but it's a worker placement game for 2 to 4 players, where you splice claws, tentacles, brains, and leaves onto your workers to gain the abilities you'll need to outperform the competition. Blah blah blah. Assemble. Blah blah blah. Anyway, so I'm gonna play it at some point. So Symphony number 9, a new game from Moai game design, who the Team G is working with as well. This is a game where you will manage those. You are ordering works from the famous composers from the 18th century, and yeah, you are eventually, it's like a tight resource management game. If you push the composers too hard, they will die. It can become their last symphony. It has a little bit of that economy, a little bit heavier side than it's. They said it's a little bit heavier than the Tulip Bubble. Tulip Bubble wasn't that heavy, it was midweight. So I'm looking forward to this one. It's a review copy, so I'm going to review that as well. It's coming out in Essen and came out in very limited amount during Gen Con. Then we have Dare to Love. What? The box, Dare to Love. Anyway, this is a Taiwanese design. They gave it to me as a review copy, so I could take a look at this one. It's a cooperative game with Overlord. I don't remember exactly, but you're trying to rescue someone, and then there's the Overlord who messes up. So yeah, interesting Asian theme. We're gonna take a look at that later when I do review. Then the First Class, which is an amazing game. I really like this one. So I didn't really like how the First Class looks. It was like, it's a Euro game. It looks boring, but it's a really great game where you are building your trains, trying to get the most points, maximize everything, a ton of management, but it's on a lighter side. You have different modules that you mix and match, and you can do different games. So I really like First Class, a really great Euro game out there. So let's go further. What we have here is a Newfoundland. It's also a from Hunting Look. It rates to the Newfoundland, where you are getting your ships that have different stats, and you're using those different stats to put those ships into those under those different actions. You programming those actions with those numbers, and then you are doing them on the board and so on until you're trying to get the most points, basically. And you have a little bit of that area control, the majority thing over there, so you can get even more points. But I really I liked Race to Newfoundland. It was a very nice experience. Russian Railroads, which I skipped for a long time, and then eventually I got this because of the First Class after playing First Class. And this is an amazing worker placement game. It's on a heavier side, but once you get into it, it's very logical, and I really like maximizing stuff in here. I enjoy the whole experience. And it's a very thinky game though, but on the other hand it's not that thinky. And so basically Russian Railroads, everybody knows about that game, and it's a great game. Sadly I don't have the German Railroads expansion, and it's out of print. I hate you, Hans im Glück, that you don't print it. Please do print the German Railroads. Somebody said that they asked about German Railroads, and Hans im Glück answered that there's no demand for this game. I'm like, what? This game is in top 100 games on BGG. It's been there for a long time. It's a classical game. It's a very well received game. Reprint it. There are many players who are still getting into the hobby. They will not know about the game if you will not reprint it. It's your success. It's a successful game. I just whatever. Their business model sometimes just makes me cry. Anyway. Rising Sun. I told you about Rising Sun already. Yes, a huge monster series control. School me or not. Haven't played it. Buy me a box. I'm waiting for the insert so I can arrange stuff over here. So I'm gonna play it eventually. I know. It's like motion stupid games and blah blah blah. I'm gonna play it eventually. Trust me. Wildlands. This is a Martin Wallace miniature kind of a skirmish game, and I saw it during Gen Con. Has really cool miniatures. I got the review copy with the Unquiet Dead expansion as well, and I'm gonna play it eventually and review it. I want to review it before Essen, so let's keep an eye on that. Wildlands. Then we have more Rising Sun, of course. There's a ton of boxes that came with Rising Sun, and this is like this is Osprey Games shelf here, where I have Zoo Bowl, which is a very nice flicking game. Then we have Escape from the Aliens in the Outer Space, very nice. It's kind of social, but it's very tense game where you have those dry razor boards, and some of you are aliens, some of you are humans with some special abilities, and then you roam around marking everything down, and the aliens hunt down humans, and humans want to get to the escape pod. A very nice game, playing with bigger amount of crowds, bigger amount of players. I really enjoyed my experience. It's a very unique game in my collection. Sci-Fries of Fenris, basically. Cryptid, I'm gonna do the review for that as well. Cryptid is a really cool deduction game. Very simple, very nice, family weight. Wait for my review, basically. So, and then the Last Expedition. I lost my copy of the Last Expedition. Yes. I really enjoyed this game. It's an amazing puzzle game. I'm not into puzzle games usually, but this one is very different. It's a cooperative puzzle game. I like the art, big cards and everything. I like how simple it is. It just clicks. Each time I play it, it clicks. And now I have the expansion, the Fountain of Youth, and I'm gonna play this one. I'm gonna review the expansion as well. And thank you once more to Osprey Games for providing with another copy of the Last Expedition and the expansion as well. And so this is the whole shelf of games. There are more games coming from Kickstarter. Maybe I'm gonna buy some games as well after Essen. There are quite a few games that are coming out, for example, Treasure Island and so on. So, but this is my small collection, but the video is still very long. So, thank you for watching, and we see you another time. Bye bye. Say bye to Würfel as well. Yes. This channel is sponsored by Osprey Games. Check them out at ospreypublishing.com.